Ray, in college you played in a system that valued speed, and you've seen 15 Ravens teams now go by. How would you compare the speed of this team to some of the others you played on?
Oh wow, I think this team, we have a lot of speed in a lot of different places. From the D line to everywhere. I mean, from every position on our field, offensively and defensively. And, when you look around, I think that's kind of the thing when we watch film, you kind of notice the most. That we have a bunch of guys who can just flat out run, which is a good thing.
Haloti not as one of those guys. What's his value to you in making those tackles and to this defense in general?
I think the value for him is just overall, defensively. He controls. I spoke about him, last week about him being kind of like, Sam Adams kind of was for us back in those days. When you could just be able to just not just block him, bottom line, and he has a gift. He has a gift of his humility and the way he just loves to play the game, and his talent speaks for itself. What he can do on the football field. I think more importantly is that people just love playing with him, just because of the type of person he is, and that's kind of why I'm excited to just have him here and just play behind him, because he's just so humble of a person. When he's on the field, that carries over, and when he dominates the way he dominates, the game becomes kind of easy for us.
Ray, first 4 weeks you played offenses that are pretty much smash mouth kind of mentality, and then this week you're coming and facing a team that is just throwing the ball over the field. You just after a whole month of the opposite, what's the challenge like getting ready for the complete opposite of that?
Honestly, I just think it's about us just coming out playing, doing what we do. If you do watch the films that what's going on, you do watch. He's throwing the ball extremely well, but at the same time, there are a lot of missed tackles, and the run after catch is huge. If you really focus on film enough, and Eddie Roll and those guys are making the young boy out of Georgia Tech, they're making some people miss, and you don't see the pursuit as well as you would want it to be. So the bottom line, our emphasis this week was, they may catch some balls, but the bottom line is you have to hit them and stop them where they catch it at, and then hopefully that limits, the run after catch and things like that.
Different confidence level, enthusiasm after a win in Pittsburgh. We haven't won there all that much. Does it feel different around here this week to have a confidence level that you won up there?
No, I think the only confidence we got is that we're coming back home. We've been on the road, 3 out of 4 weeks, and I think our confidence now is just riding that, now everything is kind of even out for us. We got through the first quarter of the season 3-1 and playing 3 hard games on the road, and now coming back home and having that momentum offensively, defensive, special teams, now we can kind of carry that momentum coming home, and that if we have any motivation, that would be it.